You spot a frog with glowing red eyes, orange feet, and colors that scream, "Do not touch me." So you back away. But that tiny monster may be harmless. Meanwhile, a plain-looking frog can quietly damage an entire ecosystem. And somewhere else, a frog small enough to fit in your palm can carry poison powerful enough to stop a heart. The strangest part? That deadly frog may not be born poisonous at all. Your first mistake is trusting what looks scary. Take the red-eyed tree frog. Green body, blue sides, orange toes, huge red eyes. It looks like nature designed a warning sign with legs. But it is not dangerously poisonous to humans. Those wild colors are mostly part of an escape trick. When a predator gets close, the frog suddenly opens its eyes, flashes its bright sides, and leaps away. That surprise can make a bird or snake hesitate. And for a frog, 1 second is enough. But another harmless frog survives by doing the opposite. Instead of getting noticed, it nearly disappears. The glass frog has skin so clear that, from underneath, you may see parts of its organs. Its tiny heart can look like it is beating behind a window. Creepy? Definitely. Dangerous to you? No. Its see-through body helps it blend into wet leaves above forest streams. It is not saying, "I am poisonous." It is saying, "You never saw me." But the third harmless frog looks like it belongs in a horror movie. The Surinam toad is flat, brown, and shaped like a dead leaf resting underwater. That is already strange. Then breeding season happens. The mother carries her eggs inside small pockets on her back. Later, fully formed baby toads emerge from those pockets. Yes, they come out of her back. It may be one of nature's most unsettling birth scenes, but this frog is not hunting you or poisoning you. It just looks extremely guilty. That gives us the first lesson. A frightening appearance can be theater, not proof of danger. And this is where human fear gets things backward. We notice red eyes, clear skin, and strange shapes. But real damage may come from a frog that looks completely ordinary. If that is already changing how you judge animals, tap like. Because the next frog proves danger does not need bright colors, poison, or even sharp teeth. Meet the American bullfrog. Big mouth, strong legs, deep call. In its native habitat it belongs. But move it somewhere new, and the trouble begins. Bullfrogs are not picky eaters. They swallow insects, fish, snakes, birds, mice, and other frogs. If it fits in the mouth, it can become lunch. So one released pet or escaped farm frog can help start a population that pushes native animals out. But eating everything is only part of the problem. Bullfrogs are tough. They can survive in places where smaller native frogs struggle, and they may carry diseases that hit other amphibians much harder. So the invader keeps spreading while local frogs disappear. No dramatic attack, no glowing warning colors, just hunger, toughness, and time. That may sound less frightening than poison, but an entire wetland can change before most people notice anything is wrong. And bullfrogs are not the only frogs that become dangerous after humans move them. The African clawed frog looks smooth, flat, and almost harmless. But harmless-looking animals can still be powerful survivors. African clawed frogs can live in muddy water with very little oxygen. They eat insects, tadpoles, small fish, and other frogs. Outside their natural range, they may compete with local species and help spread harmful disease. That is the second fear trap. We usually ask, can this animal hurt me right now? But sometimes the better question is, what happens if this animal stays here for 10 years? One frog may not look threatening. Thousands can reshape a habitat. But now we need to separate ecosystem danger from something much more personal: actual poison. First, one difference matters. A poisonous animal harms you when you touch it, eat it, or get its chemicals into your body. A venomous animal injects toxins with a bite or sting. Frogs do not have venomous fangs. Their chemical defense sits on the skin. And many toxic frogs are not tiny assassins. Some simply create enough irritation to make predators spit them out and remember the mistake. The pickerel frog is a perfect example. The pickerel frog lives in North America and looks fairly normal. Brown spots, slim body, nothing dramatic. But when threatened, its skin releases a foul-tasting chemical. Predators often reject it, and the secretion can irritate human eyes, mouths, or broken skin. So wash your hands after handling one. Better yet, let the frog stay where it is. Quick vote, which one bothers you most? The see-through glass frog, the back-birthing Surinam toad, or the anything that fits bullfrog? Drop the name below, because none of them compare with what comes next. Deep in the rainforests of Central and South America live frogs painted in colors that seem almost fake: blue, red, orange, yellow. These poison frogs are not trying to hide. Their colors are advertisements. The message is simple. Touching or eating me may be a terrible decision. A predator that bites one and survives may never try again. But not every poison frog carries the same chemical defense. Some are only mildly toxic. Others take the warning to an entirely different level. The golden poison frog is small enough to sit in your palm. You should never test that. In the wild, it can carry batrachotoxin, one of the most powerful natural poisons known. But the poison does not work like a movie dart. It attacks the body's electrical communication system. Your nerves and muscles depend on tiny gates that open and close at exactly the right moment. Those gates help control every movement, including your heartbeat. Batrachotoxin can jam some of those gates open. The signals stop working normally. Muscles lose control. The heart's rhythm can fail. Breathing can shut down. And the frog does not need to chase, bite, or sting anything. The toxin simply waits on its skin. That is what makes it so unsettling. The animal looks almost delicate. The danger is silent. But that is still not the strangest thing about it. Because take the same kind of frog out of the rainforest, and its chemical weapon may begin to disappear. For generations, some indigenous hunters used poison from certain frogs on blowgun darts. That shows just how powerful the defense could be. But scientists and frog keepers noticed something strange. Poison frogs raised in captivity were often far less toxic than wild ones. Sometimes, captive bred frogs had almost none of the dangerous poison their wild relatives carried. Same bright colors, same species, same tiny body, but a completely different chemical threat. So where did the poison go? The answer closes the mystery from the beginning. Many poison frogs do not manufacture their strongest toxins entirely by themselves. They collect chemical ingredients from their diet, especially certain ants, mites, and other tiny creatures they eat in the wild. The prey gets chemicals from its own food. The frog eats the prey. Then the frog stores those chemicals in its skin. Remove the wild diet, and the chemical defense can fade. So the golden poison frog is not simply born carrying a loaded weapon. The rainforest builds that weapon, one tiny meal at a time, and that is why you were afraid of the wrong frog. The red-eyed tree frog uses scary colors as a distraction. The bullfrog can damage habitats without poison. The pickerel frog carries a warning you should respect, but not panic over. And the golden poison frog gets its deadliest power from an invisible chain of meals beneath the forest floor. So when an animal looks frightening, do not stop at the surface. Ask what it eats. Ask where it lives. Ask what role it plays. And if you enjoy uncovering the hidden psychology and survival tricks behind animals, subscribe, because the next creature you fear may be hiding a completely different story. Then watch the next video, because in nature, the most dangerous thing is often not what you can see. It is the hidden system working underneath.